Thank you so much for the wedding gifts. I love all the appliances you got me. I knew I could count on you for the big items.
Of course, baby girl. Congratulations on your upcoming wedding. I wish I could do more. It was absolutely my pleasure, sweetheart. You don't need to thank me separately like this. I am your mother.
Well, thank you, but you're not.
What?
You're not my real mom, I mean. But I still wanted to let you know that I appreciate you nonetheless.
What do you mean, baby?
Did you think I didn't know? You thought I was being a good daughter all this time because I thought you were my biological mom?
What are you talking about? Of course I am your mother.
Oh, please, don't play dumb with me. It doesn't suit you. Just because you raised me for 28 years, it doesn't magically make you a mother biologically. It's not like feeding me, dressing me, teaching me things over the past 3 decades made my genes suddenly yours.
What are you trying to say here, Shelley?
Stop saying what. It makes you sound so stupid. You had your fun, didn't you? Playing baby with someone else's child? Have you once thought about what my real mom had to go through after she lost her baby to a stranger? All the while, here you were pretending to be a great mom playing dress up?
Shelley, what has gotten into you? Where is this all coming from? What is it that you heard? Who told you this, and what exactly did they say? I can't believe you're spewing out these awful, hurtful things at me. Are you even thinking about what you're saying?
Hurtful? Am I the one being hurtful? What about you stealing a week-old baby from her mother? You don't get to tell me I'm being hurtful.
Shelley Stacy Campbell.
If it weren't for you, my real mom could have married Daddy and the 3 of us could have been a real, true family. If it weren't for you, I would never have had to grow up with a fake mom. My poor birth mother had to go on living her life with her heart broken into a million pieces. And I ended up living this humiliating pretend life. All because of you.
Shelley, you have got this all wrong. I didn't steal you as a newborn from anyone. I would never do that. That is beyond a felony. Your birth mother brought me to you, and she handed you over to me. She said she wasn't going to raise a child as a single mother. She vowed to never show her face again as long as I took you in and raised you as my own. Then your poor birth mother even demanded money in exchange for you, like I asked to take you away from her. I offered, of course, but who does that? It was like she was selling you to me.
Giving her a little money was the least you could have done for her. She gave you her baby, for God's sake. Have you been sore about the donation all these years? Have you been keeping a score or something? That is really trashy. And you wouldn't even have taken me so eagerly if you weren't barren yourself, would you? So don't give me any of that, oh, I raised you with my heart crap, because you didn't do it for me. You did it for yourself. You did it to satisfy your own selfish greed of being a mom and a wife, to fulfill your ideal of a perfect family. You probably pretended your butt off so you could appeal how perfect a mom and wife you are to Daddy.
Sweetheart, I have never once thought of you as anything other than my own daughter. I considered you a miracle gift from God. I spent the last 28 years being nothing but grateful and tried my best to show that gratitude through raising you. And boy, am I proud of the woman you've become. You're just stressed right now from all the wedding craze. I can understand, but enough is enough.
Always on the high horse, Samantha, aren't you? Why don't you step down for 1 second and try to be in my mother's shoes? Step out of your fake little happy world that's being my mom and see what the rest of us are going through. What the rest of us had to go through. If you have the least bit of decency, you will know where I'm going with this. I am not your daughter anymore. I will not act the part or any other fake parts you try to force on me. So don't bother coming to my wedding. Don't bother sending me emails. Just stay out of my life. I'm done with you. I am starting a new life, and I would love it if you were no longer in it, okay?
Shelley, how long have you known that I wasn't your birth mother anyway? And who told you about it?
Oh, now you ask? Daddy told me all about it maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, that sounds right. It was when I had just met Jake. Daddy, my real mom, Jake and I would go out to eat together and go shopping every now and again. You really had no idea?
What? Are you serious? I can't believe your father would do that.
Well, serves you right for thinking you could tie Daddy down by having a baby. Any baby, that is. We all know you wanted nothing but to use me as a bargaining chip to keep Daddy for yourself and provide for you. Did you really think building your happiness on other people's sadness would not have its consequences?
As I already said, I did not steal you away from your birth mother, Shelley. You have to believe me. And I provided for myself as much as your father did. I didn't have to depend on him entirely. Yes, I am unable to have children of my own, but that is not at all the reason I raised you like you were. Your birth mother, she threatened to discard you at some orphanage like a piece of garbage. Her word, not mine, if I didn't take you. And to my eternal shame, I did think about letting her do what she said, because after all, she was your father's mistress and you were their illegitimate child. But sweetheart, I took you in because I loved you from the moment I laid eyes on you and your tiny little fingers wrapped around my thumb. I didn't think twice about what it meant to mother your husband's child he had with a mistress, because I fell in love with you so deeply and so utterly. How you came into this world did not matter anymore, just that you did come into my world. Can't you understand that, baby?
Oh, look at you, writing up a tearjerker novel. What do you think this is, Hollywood? Take your sappy fake story and go away. Leave me alone. I already confirmed my birth mother coming to my wedding, as my mom, of course, and Daddy should be sending over the divorce papers soon, too. So...
Divorce? What?
Oh, why are you being so slow? Daddy told me he's never forgotten about my birth mother, aka his true love. He couldn't leave you because you were so adamant about giving me a proper childhood with loving parents and all that crap. But now that I am a grown adult who can take care of herself, he's finally opening his eyes to possibilities, I guess, to go after his own happiness. See, if it weren't for you, the three of us could have lived happily as a real family. You tore us apart. You shattered our future together. And you've had your share of fun. It's time to set things right, Samantha. So leave us be. And if it turns out it's your turn to spend the rest of your life in sadness and regret, then deal with it. My mom surely did for long enough.
All right. If this is what you truly want, I'll leave you to be with your real parents. Mind you, I'll have to cancel the $30,000 charge on my credit card for the things I ordered off your registry. And I'll have you and your daddy's belongings packed up into suitcases or something and leave them by the door. Come get them and go on off to wherever it is that you want to go off to.
Whoa, wait, what? Cancel the stuff from my registry. Why would you do that? Those were for my wedding? Why would you cancel gifts from a registry, Mom?
Mom? I thought you didn't want me to be your mom, let alone think of me as one. If I could, I would get a refund on everything I spent in the past 28 years raising you. But since I can't do that, I'm only canceling the gifts that I mistakenly purchased for a wedding I'm apparently not even invited to anymore. Oh, your honeymoon was reserved with my credit card too, wasn't it? And your wedding venue? What about the catering service, flowers, photographer? I believe there was a videographer too, in there somewhere. I wonder what the last-minute cancellation fees for those places will amount to. Surely not a drop in the bucket compared to what I've gladly spent on you your whole life.
Oh my God, that's so petty. You can't take back gifts. Who does that? You got me those things because you wanted to, didn't you? There are no takebacks. How do you call yourself a mother? It's your only daughter's wedding.
I thought I couldn't call myself a mother. Isn't that what you were telling me? You can run along to your precious birth mother and ask her for help, why don't you? Surely she can help with the venue and the food and the photography and the honeymoon. Since she loves you so much and has never had the chance to show it, surely she will jump at the chance.
Wow, so there it is. You did think of me as a stepchild, didn't you? Your words say you love me like your own, but your actions speak volumes about how you really felt all these years. You kept a tally of the money you spent on me? Seriously? Would you have done that if I were your real biological daughter? You know what? Fine. My mom can cover the venue and honeymoon. Jake probably has some money saved up too. We don't need your help. All we need from you now is to sign those divorce papers.
You got it. The sooner the better. Yes, it is as you just witnessed. After a childhood accident, I became physically unable to conceive a child. But when my husband brought his child that he had with his mistress, I took her in and raised her as my own for almost 3 decades. What woman on God's green earth can easily forgive her husband for his infidelity, adultery, and also be able to accept his illegitimate child under her wing? Don't get me wrong, I didn't think I could either. And in a way, I'm uncertain if I ever did forgive him. But all that mattered was, in that moment I laid eyes on what must have been nothing but a lump of flesh, and she opened her eyes to look into mine. I touched her hand with mine, and she wrapped my thumb around with her tiny, delicate fingers. She was my own. God works in mysterious ways, I thought to myself. This perfect child was sent to me from God so that she could be mine and I could be hers. I believed that blood was thicker than water, but love was stronger than anything. My Shelley brought me happiness I'd never imagined before. That moment when she first called me Mama, when she took her first steps, when she would eat the food I prepared for her like it was the best thing in the whole world, as she would walk holding my hand when she gave me handmade artwork on Mother's Day. She'd been filling my once empty heart until it overflowed with a kind of love I've never felt before. I never imagined she'd one day come to say those hurtful, horrible things she said today. My husband quickly admitted to his ongoing affair with Shelley's birth mother, and my 33 years of marriage to him came to an abrupt close. Immediately after returning home from the courthouse, I threw their belongings into any box I could find and left them outside my door. As I was working through the shock of seeing my half-empty house for the first time, I received a text from my now ex-husband.
Hey, where are you? My keys aren't working and neither is my garage opener. Did you already replace them? That was quick, Sam. Good on you. I brought a KFC bucket and some beers, your favorite. I thought you and I were overdue for a chicken and beer date night. Open up, Sam.
Clint, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be with your daughter and true love by now? You know, the woman who makes your heart ache by just thinking about her? The woman who you had a child with? The woman whom a few days ago you gave everything else up to be with again? Did you forget? What are you doing here with chicken and beer at this ungodly hour anyway?
I'm done with her. I left her. We're over. I finally realized there is no woman like you, Sam. You're the kindest, the most patient person I know. I was immature and naive to let you go. I hurt you, I know. I'm so sorry. And I never showed you how much I appreciated you for all you've done for this family. You've forgiven me once before. Can't you do it again? I'll change, I promise. I'm a victim here too, by the way. That witch was so full of it. She didn't want me. She never wanted me. She was just using me this whole time so she could tag along when I take Shelley out to eat or go shopping so that she herself could get what she wanted. I may have bought her a handbag or two, but that's it, I swear. She's even got a young boyfriend she's seeing. She doesn't want to marry me and settle down. She said so herself. She's the absolute worst. I love you, baby. Come on.
She may be the worst, but she's Shelley's biological mother, isn't she? Surely she wants her baby back in her life and wants to build some kind of belated relationship with her. I heard she was attending the wedding and everything as mother of the bride. The optics aren't bad right now, Clint.
The optics, yes, but it's not that simple, Sam. She was only going to attend the wedding so she could sift through the wedding gifts and see what she could claim for herself. You know she demanded to be paid to come to her daughter's wedding? I had to wire her $10,000 2 weeks ago. She made me cut all ties with you, abandoning everything I owned with you like my house and my clothes. Then she left me high and dry. Shelley and I went to see her after the wedding with all our suitcases, and she shut the door in our faces. We didn't even get to see inside of her house, Sam. Can you believe that? What mother does that to her own daughter? Me, I understand, but her daughter? Are you going to sit and take this for our Shelley? She's heartbroken right now. Yo, say something, Sam.
Shelley made it abundantly clear that I am not her mother, nor does she consider me her mother. In one single conversation, she took away all my hard work and dedication as her mother, and basically erased me from her world. I realize now that trying to hold on to her was like holding on to a fistful of sand. No matter how tight or hard I try to keep all the sand in my hand, it will find its way out between my fingers.
But you were happy being her mom, weren't you? You loved her with all of your heart. You still love her. I know you do. Even if Shelley, in her youth, erases 28 years of her life with you, surely you can't.
I did have some great times with Shelley. I sure did. She was my everything. But the accusations she hurled at me, they were cruel, Clint. That side of her didn't come from my nurturing. It's her nature. It's the nature of your mistress. I can't get past that, at least not just yet, Clint. Maybe a real biological mother could have easily forgiven her daughter for something like this. So I guess I'm no better than what Shelley thought of me, because in the end, I'm not her real mother.
Mom, it's me, Shelley. I'm so sorry, Mommy. Can you please forgive me? I don't know what got into me. If you let us back in, I will never think or talk about my real mom ever again. I'll be the best daughter to you, the kind of daughter you deserve to have. I promise. Please, Mom. We have nowhere else to go, Mom. Daddy and I will come inside and beg if you want us to. Please let us in and you can help me with my wedding plans again. Remember how fun that was? Let's go to the mall together, just you and me, like good old times. We can stop at the food court and get some cheese fries like we used to. I miss your meatloaf, Mom. I miss your awesome meatloaf with real breadcrumbs. Will you teach me how to make it? I want to pass it down to my kids too. It'll be an heirloom recipe.
If I learned anything from this whole ordeal, it is that I wasn't as big a person as I thought I could be. I cannot find it in me to forgive you two for what you've done. I guess I am but an evil stepmother, like you said, after all. Our relationship ends here, Shelley and Clint. Thank you for the many happy memories you've allowed me the past 28 years. Shelley, whether they were real for you or not, I will cherish them forever because they were real to me. I will try to keep only the happy memories of you. But now it's time for you to leave me and never come back. Don't make this any messier for us. Goodbye, Shelley. The persistent father and daughter duo continued knocking and kicking the door until I called the police and 2 patrol officers came to speak to them. Shelley's fiancé Jake and his family were openly disappointed by the sudden withdrawal of the couple's wedding venue and honeymoon down payments, and they even went as far as to suggest they pause all wedding preparations and reconsider the union altogether. Eventually, and somewhat quickly, Jake broke things off with Shelley mere days before their wedding. Shelley texted me curses saying her breakup was all my fault and that I need to fix it. Against all my habitual instincts, I ignored her messages and phone calls. If I need to fix anything, I need to be fixing myself and stop giving her and her father space in my life. It is high time I spent the rest of my life freely and solely for myself and the pursuit of my happiness. In a way, I am sad to have dedicated my prime years to raising a child who had no chance but to become a monster like her birth mother. But I have no regrets because all in all, Shelley did teach me the kind of love I shall continue on searching for in life. It's time I started a fresh new chapter of this uncertain adventure called life.
you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more.